Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to our first meeting, and I'm very glad to see that you're all here. I hope you can hear me. Please give a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, as we have said a lot in the group, my name is Henry Amwati. Yeah, I'm the team leader for Sankofa Connect, the official admission ambassador group for Hohai to Ghana. And I have with me here my members, Nayeli Hunter on the far right, and Kimati Elom, and Nanaya Lifree, right? Yeah. And Nanaya Lifree. So we're all happy to have you here today. And the purpose of this meeting, I'm going to give it to Kimati to tell us that. Okay.
All right. So, for the purpose of this meeting is to introduce Hohai University to the Ghanaian community, highlighting the wide range of programs we offer and the unique academic strengths of the institution. We would also walk you through the application requirements and procedures to help you navigate the process with confidence. Additionally, we hope to share the key benefits of studying at Hohai University and the reasons why it is an excellent choice for prospective students from Ghana.
All right. Thank you very much, Kimati. And now we would have we will have Nanaya deliver his speech for us. Thank you very much, Nanaya.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session. As he said, my name is Nanaya Ifri Dankwa, and I'm currently a student at Hohai University, where I serve as an admission ambassador. It's truly a pleasure to be with you here today. Understand that choosing where to pursue your master's or doctoral studies is a significant decision, and I'm here to provide you with comprehensive information about Hohai University and the scholarship opportunities available to make your educational dreams achievable. So don't get bored too early. But I want to bring you through a brief history of Hohai University. So once upon a time, okay, let's be official.
Oh, feel free.
So founded in 1915 in Nanjing, China, Hohai University has a rich history spanning over a century. The university was originally established to address China's critical need for water resource management expertise, and it has since grown into one of the nation's most distinguished comprehensive research institutions. Throughout its history, Hohai has maintained its commitment to excellence in education and research while continuously adapting to meet the evolving needs of both China and the global community. The university's long-standing tradition of academic rigor and innovation has shaped generations of scholars and professionals who have made significant contribution to their fields worldwide. Now, when it comes to academic standing, Hohai University holds an impressive position both nationally and internationally. The university consistently ranks amongst China's top 50 institutions and has earned a particular distinction in specialized fields. Hohai's water resources and hydraulic engineering programs are globally ranked among the best in the world, often placing in the top positions internationally. Beyond these flagship programs, the university's engineering, environmental sciences, and business programs have also gained significant recognition. These rankings reflect not just academic quality, but also research impact, faculty expertise, and success of our graduates in their respective careers. Now, let's talk a bit about Hohai's achievements. Hohai's accomplishments extend far beyond rankings. True. The university has been instrumental in major infrastructure projects, contributing expertise to dams, water systems, and environmental protection initiatives across China and internationally. Our research facilities are state-of-the-art, enabling groundbreaking work in areas like sustainable water management, renewable energy, and climate change adaptation. The school also has the Nanjing Hydraulic Research Institute, established in 1935, and is the earliest comprehensive water resource research institute in China, which pioneered the modern water resource scientific research. You can look that up. Faculty members also include distinguished scholars, industry leaders, and experts who bring both theoretical knowledge and practical experience to the classroom. Now, let's talk about international and the Ghanaian community, because it's not always easy to go to university out of your country and you're all alone. So one aspect that truly sets Hohai apart is vibrant international community. With students from over 100 countries, our campus is melting pot for cultures, ideas, and perspectives. The diversity enriches the learning experience for everyone. The Ghanaian community at Hohai in particular is active and welcoming, creating a home away from home for students from Ghana. Through cultural day celebrations, traditional events, and regular gatherings, our international students maintain their cultural identity while embracing new experiences. These community connections provide not just social support, but also networking opportunities and lifelong friendships. Now, to conclude, choosing Hohai University means joining a community dedicated to academic excellence, innovative research, and cultural diversity. As an admission ambassador and fellow student, I'm here to support you through this journey. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions you may have, whether they're about application process, academic program, student life, scholarship detail, anything on your mind. Your questions are valuable, and I want to ensure you have all the information to make the best decision for your future. Let's work together to turn your graduate education aspirations into reality. Thank you all, and welcome to the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nanayao. As you can see here, there's a picture of the Ghanaian students in Hohai, the Ghanaian students in Hohai University during our Cultural Day celebration. It was a very fun event. I would like to see some of you there next year. So moving on, we're talking about the programs that are offered here in Hohai. And Hunter Naili will be doing that for us. Thank you very much, Hunter.
Okay, hello everyone. I know most of you are curious about the programs being offered in Hohai University, so project that, yeah. So we do offer undergraduate programs in Hohai University, but recently there was an initiative implemented by the Chinese government, and then they introduced an exam, sort of like an entrance exam that would be undertaken by prospective undergraduate students before you can be admitted into the school. The program is known as the CSCA program, and the China Scholastic program. It's basically like an entrance exam just for undergraduate students. And unfortunately, Hohai University does not offer English programs for their undergraduate students. It's mainly in Chinese. And you also have to pass an HSK level 5. So if you're an undergraduate and then you feel like, yo, I can do this, I can conquer the Chinese, I can conquer the exam, and you feel free to apply. And then I think the programs are being projected right now on the screen. You have the college, the business school, computer science, and the CSCA is divided into various subjects. So it's, if you're offering something like an engineering course or a science related course, you'll be taking, in addition to English, you'll be taking like mathematics or physics, something relating to science. But if you are under the humanities, you'll be writing something related to humanities in addition to English and mathematics. Okay, so moving on to the main programs, I think that's why most of us are here. These are the master's programs. Now, Hohai University has a wide variety of English master's programs, meaning that you will be taught in English. You communicate with your supervisor in English, and everything will be given to you in English. We have the College of Hydrology and Water Resource, and as you can see projected on the screen, what they offer. I am a student under the College of Harbor, Coastal and Offshore Engineering, one of the main colleges or departments in the school, because the school is mainly specializes or is very well known for their water departments. It also offers civil engineering for those of my mates in K University who graduated this year under the civil engineering department. If you're interested in applying, Hohai University offers civil and transportation engineering. Under the civil engineering, we have the structures, geotechnical. It's just that the transportation engineering is separate. For those who are more interested in business, as in business administration, business management, we do have the business administration school, the School of Business. It is a very unique looking department on the campus that we are currently on. And it's also very good. They teach very well in that department. We have management science and engineering. These are the two programs being offered for the masters. We also have the School of Public Administration, where we have sociology, resettlement, science and engineering, and public management. Then we have the School of Marxism, where Marxism theory is taught. I think it has to do something to do with Karl Marx. I really don't know what Marxism is about, but then I think government and constitution. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, it's also available. We also do offer computer engineering, automation, and artificial intelligence. Since AI is taking over, I think ChatGPT.
That's even a new course on the new campus they just introduced, right?
Yeah, we have 3 campuses, and one of our campuses is like state of the art. So that's where all the automation, the AI, and everything goes on. So if you want it, I guess we have it, so you can apply. Then moving on to the PhD programs, it's not so different from the master's or the master's programs being offered. The only difference is it's on a much more independent, you understand, PhD takes a lot more. Over here, we do not offer straight PhD options. If you're applying for a master's, you're applying for a master's. If you're applying for a PhD, you're applying for a PhD. I think the duration for a PhD is...
The duration is 4 years for PhD.
4 years for a PhD. And
the duration for PhD is 4 years, but the range is 3 to 5. So you can finish within 3 years and at maximum 5 years.
5 years. But for the masters, I think the duration is 2 to 5 years. So you can finish within 2 years, or if you can't, 5 years. But I think the average that they give us is 3 years for master's programs. And for the PhD programs, when you are applying, you do need a supervisor. For masters, it's not compulsory. We would later put departments and where to get supervisors and their specializations into the group. But then that would be very, very crucial for PhD students, not so much for masters. You could just apply straight away for masters. And I think that's all.
Yes, thank you very much, Hamza. Yeah, as you said, getting a supervisor is very crucial for PhD. So if you are very interested, I suggest that for the meantime, you can start drafting your research topic, what you're going to be interested in, so that when we do post the supervisors inside a group, you can quickly find who you think you'd work best with. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're going to now talk about the application requirements for Hohai University. So just like any other university applying to, first, you really need to have a passport. You have to apply for a passport and get a passport, and the passport must not expire before 26th of September, because that's when the application deadline would end for next year. You also have to have your highest diploma. So if you're an undergraduate student, your WASI certificate. If you just completed undergraduate, that means you have to have your undergraduate certificate. But if you apply for an undergraduate program, your WASI certificate. Yeah. If you're applying for a PhD program, you also have to have your master's certificate or your undergraduate certificate. But your master's certificate is required for the PhD. And then you also need a complete transcript. For now, if you're applying, you can apply with your incomplete transcript. So let's say in your 3rd year, you'll be completing next year, but you want to apply right now, you can go ahead and apply with your current transcripts. And if you are lucky enough or you're good enough, you'll be selected. But mind you, and this is very crucial, make sure that before you come into Hohai University, you have your your degree, do not bring a letter here that states that you will get your degree in, let's say, 2 weeks time, 2 months time. No, make sure that you have your degree, the physical copy of your degree, before you come to Hohai University.
The original copy.
Exactly.
You cannot bring like a photocopy or anything like that.
Yeah.
You need the original copy.
Yeah. And then the next thing you need to have is a study plan. So a study plan is similar to a personal statement. I'm sure maybe those of you who have applied for master's programs before are aware of that. So this study plan is basically going to discuss your academic backgrounds, your study and your work experience, and also included in it would be your research plan. So what would you want to do when you come into Hohai? What would the research topic you want to work on? Something like that. That's what your study plan has to entail. And then this study plan has to be at least 1,000 characters. That's if you're writing it in Chinese, which I'm sure none of you will be writing. If you don't, be surprised though. But if you're writing it in Chinese, at least 1,000 characters. And if you're writing in English, also at least 1,000 words. And then for your recommendation letters, you need 2 recommendation letters. The recommendation letter, there is a document in which your supervisor or your lecturer can write this recommendation for you. And that will also be sent into the group. Every document you will need for this application, we will send it to you in the group, or we'll give you a breakdown of how to get this document. So as I said earlier, you need 2 letters of recommendation from your lecturer or your supervisor back in your university.
The document that he's talking about is sort of a template, so it's not like a pre-written document.
Yeah.
It's just a template that indicates where your supervisor, the person recommending you should sign.
Yeah.
And also, the recommendation letter should be gotten from a teacher, a lecturer, or a professor in your department, somebody who has taught you, or somebody who is in your specific department or field of study. Or if you haven't worked, if you haven't been to school in a while, you could get a recommendation letter from somebody of a notable standing in your workplace, somebody who can be traced to, who can vouch for you, who has worked with you directly. Someone like that could also give you a recommendation letter, but it is much preferred if you are able to get a recommendation letter from your teacher or your professor. That's if you have no work experience.
Also, you would need to complete a physical examination form. This form is given to every foreigner applying to China. So it's basically a form you take to the hospital, and the doctors know what to do with it. They go through all the requirements that the school needs, and they perform those medical checkups on you. And you should do this 6 months prior to your submission of the application, because after 6 months, the form is considered expired. Maybe you might have contracted something or something, they don't know. So you make sure that you do this within 6 months of your application, and that document will also be sent to you on WhatsApp. Also, you have to apply for a non-criminal report. This one you can do it from your local police station. Just head into that side and tell them that you need a non-criminal record to apply to a school. They will request for you. Normally, I think the request goes to Accra. They'll make the request for you, and they'll deliver it to you when it is ready. The next thing you need is your CV. This just a summary of all your experiences, all your schools attended, all your how you call it, skills, and everything that says everything about you is written in that CV. So that's what you need. Also, you need you don't need a China related visa. If you're not in China already, then you can just upload your passport into that page. But if you're in China, then you do need to upload your China related visa. The next thing you need is a financial proof. So this is a bank statement from any relative in your family with a balance of over $5,000, an equivalent of over $5,000. And then if you have any publications or anything to your name, you can also add that. The last thing is a signed personal commitment. This PDF is also inside the application form, so we'll send it to you. So now we'll move on to the application procedures.
Okay, so the website, I presume, is being projected to everybody. The screen is being shared. It's a link which we will also send to the group. So once the link is once the link is shared, you just log in, and then it appears like this. You see the account sign in, you create the username and then the password, then you register. Then when you register, you are sent to the interface next.
Also, the links are 2. This is the normal link that everybody uses, but sometimes it doesn't work. it gets choked. So you can use the alternative link, which is this. We'll send both links to your group, to the group.
Yeah, so when you join, there's just a registration agreement. You click accept, and then you input a username, a password, which you'll be using to log into the account for anything, to check your acceptance, to change your documents, to edit things. The username and the password that you use is what you use to enter the account frequently.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get to this side, you can see home applications is messages. The application, it said, please choose your program. There are, all you see there, the self-sponsored CSC scholarship, Hohai University scholarship, inter-school exchange. These are types of scholarships or types of funding which the university provides to the students. The first one is the self-sponsored. If you can pay for everything, if you're that dusted, if you have, if it is within the confines of your pockets, you can choose the self-sponsored one. Then there's the CSE, which is the Henry will elaborate on further, but it's the Chinese government scholarship, which is the highest scholarship that can be given to an international student applying in China. Then there's the Hohai University scholarship. That one is given to the university, by the university to the students. So the scholarship is coming directly from the university. The Chinese government scholarship is the government is giving you a scholarship to come and study at a university in the country. But then the Hohai University scholarship is the university is giving you a scholarship to come and study in the university. Then there's the inter-school exchange. I've seen some people have asked questions about that.
So let me elaborate. The inter-school exchange, I think for now, Hohai doesn't really have exchange programs. The only exchange programs I have witnessed so far is the summer internship program that they have around September, October every year. And that one, you can apply for it. And if you get, you can come. But it's not a fully paid scholarship like the CS and the Hohai scholarship. The inter-school exchange program, it lasts for, I think, a month. It lasts for only a month. So it's not like a full program something.
Then there's the Jiangsu government scholarship, which is also another scholarship available. It's a bit different from the university scholarship and the CSE scholarship, but then it is also it's also a good scholarship which is offered by the province that the school is in. The school is in the Jiangsu province. So for example, let's say a Greater Accra scholarship offered to schools in Accra. So something like that. So on to the next. So once you log in, you've selected whichever one you are applying, scholarship you're applying under, then you move to this page where the options that's the programs available in English would be displayed as shown. Then you select the one that you are applying for. Okay, then you fill in your information, everything is there. As seen.
Okay, so one thing I'd like to hit on is that for the recommenders, we suggest that you put in our details, the team details inside the recommender section. That way, Hohai knows that you are from us, and then
you tend to stand out more of it.
So make sure that you put in the Hohai details. If you need our details, just text us and we'll send it to you. Okay.
Then your educational background. I suggest filling in from SHS. From SHS. So you fill in your high school, where you went to high school, then the year you started, the year you completed, then university, whichever schools you've attended. I think it's at most 3. I think it's at most 3 schools that you can fill in. That's for the. Then the guarantor could be anyone you do in China. So that would be us. That's if you don't know anyone else, but then that would be us. You put in our details as people who you know as your guarantors, who you could apply through. What is
this? The address. For the address, when they are asked how to collect the admission notice, make sure you select collect from Hohai University.
In person.
The moment you come here, they will give you the admission notice, but then they'll send you a copy of it in your emails. That's not the original copy. That's just a copy.
That's upon admission.
So, but once you get into Hohai University, they'll give you the original copy.
And this is where you would upload all your documents, all the documents that you need. The ones with the red spots or red asterisks beside them are important.
Yeah.
That means they are not optional. You cannot
Yeah.
skip them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so for the application procedures, as any application, it is not free. You have to pay, and then the application fee is 400 yuan, which
Yeah.
is roughly
Like 800, 900
800, almost 900 cedis,
Yeah.
depending on the current rates. But the application fee is 400 RMB, and it is non-refundable. So
Yeah.
whether you are admitted or not, the application fee is the application fee. And after the application fee, you don't have to pay anything else again.
Yeah.
It's just the application fee. So once you are done with that, then the next step is to
Wait.
until you are admitted, which
Yeah.
hopefully
Most
a lot
of you
are. Yeah.
So for the payments method, we would discuss it on a later date. If you've already started the application and you want to know, you can still text us. But then we'll have another, maybe a tutorial or I don't know, but we'll have something else to discuss the payments procedure. Okay, now we move on to the selection process and the criteria.
So I'll be the one talking
Yeah.
about that. Although, I mean, you can already see it's projected on your screen. So the international school, which is Hohai, will conduct a preliminary review of the applicant's material in accordance with the order of application. And the respective schools will also review the submitted materials, including a comprehensive evaluation of the applicant's academic achievements, research capabilities, and development potential, and recommend the best. So it's very essential that your CV is strong. And the university will organize experts to assess the candidates recommended by each college and determine the list of students to be admitted.
Yeah.
And from the end of June 2026, those who are admitted can download the admission notice from the online application system and the download link of the confirmation form for study in China. China's one is the JW 201 or 202. And it will be sent to the applicant's email.
Yeah.
The email is submitted in the form. And the students will download the JW 202 and print these documents by themselves. So you also need the JW 202 during your visa application.
Yeah. Yeah, so in summary, the selection criteria is straightforward. If you are selected through your documents, you have an interview, and after the interview, there'll be a shortlist again. And if you are selected, then you come to Hohai University. The JW 202 and 201 will be sent to you. This will be discussed more for those who be admitted. We'll discuss about this into details. Yes, and finally, the scholarship. So like we said earlier on, there are various types of scholarship. The first one is the Chinese government scholarship. This is the main scholarship that China offers to international students. And there are two types if you want to apply to Hohai. The first is the type A and the type B, bilateral program and the Chinese university program. So the first type, essentially you're applying through a government. So in Ghana, so you're applying through Ghana, you're going to apply through the Chinese embassy in Ghana. And you're going to select Hohai as one of your choices. This way, the embassy in Ghana gives you application to China, and the Chinese government will review it and see if it qualifies, and before they hand it over to Hohai University. That's the first type of scholarship, of the CSC scholarship. The second type is the Chinese University scholarship. So with this type, you're applying directly to the school. When you enter your admission, the first step you have to do is to apply through the school's portal and then apply through the CSC portal, which is the Study in China portal. When you apply to the school's portal, the school will review your application, and then they will send the list of qualified students they want to pick to the Chinese government, and the Chinese government will also do their shortlisting then, and then the final candidates will be selected for the CSC scholarship. Another type of scholarship that I didn't mention over here is the Belt and Road Scholarship. This scholarship is for a specific group of people, so mostly for the engineering students. They are the students who are normally offered the Belt and Road Scholarship. So in your application, you can apply for the CSC scholarship or the CSC Belt and Road Scholarship, depending on the program you are in. The second type of scholarship was the Jiangsu Government Scholarship. This scholarship, as Hunter said, is offered by the province, the Jiangsu province. So unlike the government scholarship, that the Jiangsu government is the one that handles this selection process. And if you want to know more about that, you can go to the link in the presentation. This scholarship, they waive your tuition fees, they give you a monthly stipend. For undergraduate students, it's 15,000 a year, master's is 25,000 a year, and PhD is 30,000 a year. They give you free accommodation and they give you some money to cover your medical insurance. Oh yeah, sorry. For the CSC scholarship, the tuition is also waived. Your free accommodation and you have your medical insurance paid for. The stipend is 3,000 a month for master students and 3,500 a month for PhD students. For undergraduate students, I think it's 2,000, right? 2,500 a month for undergraduate students. So this is the benefits I get for the CSC, the Jiangsu province. And now it comes to the Hohai University scholarship. The Hohai University scholarship is divided into three. We have the first class scholarship, the second class scholarship, and the third class scholarship. The first class scholarship is similar to the how do you call it, the CSC and the Jiangsu government scholarship. The only difference is the stipends amount. Undergraduates receive 1,400, masters 1,700, and PhD 2,500 a month. Sorry, that was supposed to be a month. Yeah, PhD receives 2,500 a month. Yeah. So as you can see, the Hohai University scholarship is a little bit lower than the CSC scholarship.
It's still good though.
Yeah, actually. To put in perspective, that's like 3,000 CDs a month. So, yeah, for just undergraduate students. Yeah. But then, as I said earlier on, they're divided into three classes. The first class gets the full package.
Yeah.
But the second class do not get stipends. They do not get stipends. The third class, they do not get stipends. They do not get accommodation. They just get tuition. Yeah. So we always hope that everybody gets a first class because you need the money. Living here is not that easy. So why should you study in Hohai University?
Why should we study in Hohai University? That's a broad question.
Yeah.
It's
$1 billion question. Well, what I will tell you is that Hohai University is simply one of the best places for international students who want quality education, safety, and a comfortable life in China.
Actually,
yeah.
I'm trying to comfortable.
The university is famous for water-related programs. It's ranked #1 nationwide in water resources engineering, and it plays a major role in projects like the Three Gorges Dam and the South North Water Transfer Project. For those who don't know the Three Gorges Dam, I think it's the largest dam in the world right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But fun fact, it shifted the rotation of the world just a little bit.
So we are basically coming to a school that like made history.
Yeah. Mixed history. It keeps making history actually.
Yeah.
But Hohai isn't only about water. It's civil engineering, environmental science, IT, business, and social science programs are also very strong. And students get real opportunities to join research projects and collaborate with industries through state-of-the-art communities and other laboratories too. So one of the biggest reasons actually why students also love Hohai is the way of life and the sense of community. Life here is not just about going to class and then going back to your room. It's about belonging, it's connection and balance. On campus, students are always active. You find football games happening almost every evening, eventually basketball matches for those who like basketball like me, badminton, table tennis, and open pitches where students from different countries meet, play, and then bond.
Yeah, there's also a gym for the gym bros and the gym girls and those people like going to the gym.
Yeah.
So
you meet me there.
Yeah.
It's also very easy to make friends here.
Yeah.
Whether you're athletic or you just enjoy being outdoors and just having fun. Okay. Hohai is also big on culture and inclusion. Yeah, that's one thing I realized when I came here. The university yearly hosts international cultural festivals where students from different countries showcase their heritage through music, dance, traditional clothing, food, games, origami, and other exhibitions. It feels like walking through the world in one place. You get to share your own culture while learning and appreciating others, and it creates a very welcoming and respectful environment for international students. Students' life is made even better by the associations and student organizations on campus, whether it's welfare groups, academic societies, cultural clubs, or sport teams. There's always something to join. So you have to make sure to join at least an organization. These associations will help students settle in, support one another, and make you feel at home, especially for international students like us. Food is another highlight of life at Hohai University.
Like food. Nice food.
There are cafeterias, canteens, and small restaurants almost everywhere on campus and around campus. Also, nearby supermarkets and markets are also there, to make daily life very convenient. So you are never far away from food. But then what really stands out is how friendly and welcoming Chinese students and local people are. You see, they are very open, they are helpful, and they are curious about other cultures.
Emphasis on curious about other
They are very
cultures.
curious,
Yeah.
which makes interactions natural and comfortable. Combined with their clean living spaces, safe surroundings, and well-organized campuses.
Yeah.
It's like the environment and ambience is very serene.
I would like to put emphasis on the safe surroundings. Once you're here, you're not really worried about like leaving your laptop or your phone somewhere. I can literally, I'm not saying do it, but then I can literally like leave my phone in a canteen and then like go and come back and then the phone is still there. Sometimes they can even tell you to come for your phone. That's just how safe the place is. You can go for walks at 2 a.m. I'm not saying go and walk at 2 a.m., but like you can go for walks at 2 a.m. Outside is safe. It's like, you just get the opportunity to be free and just enjoy your surroundings over here.
All right.
I once left my phone in a Didi. Didi's like boats over here.
Yeah.
I called the driver and he came. I don't know where he was, but he seemed like he was far. He came all the way to the school just to give it back to me. That's how safe China is actually.
Yes. So at Hohai University, you are not only confined to the classroom. You study, you play, you dance, you explore, and you grow. So with so many programs and activities and opportunities available, students don't just earn a degree. They build lifelong friendships, they experience different cultures, and create memories that last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy on the friendships and the networking. You still need connections.
You have a story.
Actually. Yeah. So we had some questions from some of you guys. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. As we answer these ones, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box or you can send them to the WhatsApp group and we'll answer them.
You can also, I think you can unmute themselves.
Okay. Okay.
You
If
can
you
raise your hand.
if you have any questions,
You can raise your hand and then you can ask and we'll answer it like just now. If you
yeah.
have any question.
Okay. We're going to answer these ones first.
Let's begin by answering the ones.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can just keep your hand up. When we are done, we'll call you. Yeah. Okay. Some of the questions we received were: Did they accept diploma certificates?
Yeah, they do accept diploma certificates, depending on the program that you did. But the certificate has to be notarized. It has to be like your original certificates. Those are acceptable here. So if you have an HND, it is acceptable in Hohai University. Are there available short courses? No. No. Currently, the university does not offer any short courses like maybe a 1-year program, language programs. They don't. How will I apply? And what are the things? So we've already gone through the application process and already mentioned the documents. So I think that question has been answered. What would be the required documents for the undergrad applications? Okay, so as we mentioned, the undergrad applications to Hohai University specifically are a bit tricky because of the CSCA program. But if there's anybody seriously interested in applying for an undergrad program, you can DM me or any of us and we would give you really more of the information to you. Are there any special scholarships available, like the civil scholarship. Okay, so I think some of you have heard about the 2+2 KUST Hohai University program that started in 2023, and some of us benefited from it. But then apart from that one, I do not know of any other collab, because it's usually a collaboration between Hohai University and the department of the university in Ghana. So I feel if you want to know more about that, you'd have to ask your department, because they are the ones who provide the avenues for such collaborations between the school and Hohai University. So to my knowledge, apart from the KNUST Civil Engineering Department, I do not know of any other department that is facilitating such an activity to Hohai University. Maybe to other universities, but it's Hohai University. I'm not aware of that. What are the specialization for chemical engineering? I don't think Hohai University offers chemical engineering, does it?
No, it doesn't offer chemical
Unfortunately, we do not offer chemical engineering. But then for the other programs, if you're interested in it, it is part of what was in the PowerPoint, which we also send, so that you can look through. If you have any questions, feel free to text us.
Also, one thing about this, about Hohai University, is that you do not have to necessarily search for that particular field. For instance, you might be doing chemical engineering, but then another professor in maybe a materials engineering field is doing something that's chemical related.
Yeah, like
and
research.
He would want your expertise or your knowledge in it. So you don't limit yourself to maybe, okay, I'm a chemical engineer, I didn't see chemical engineering, so that's it. You can just do a little bit of research around your field and go online, go to the lecturers platforms and check if any of the lectures would have something related to your field.
Okay. What's the specialization? Are there any double master's programs? No. To the best of my knowledge,
no double master's.
No double master's program.
You're not getting energy to do that.
It's really, even for the undergrad 2+2 program, it's a different ballgame. But there are no double master's program like you do 2 years in your country. There is nothing like that over here. Is there also an age limit for studying, and is the school Islam friendly?
Yeah, so there's an age limit for undergraduates. The age limit is 30 years, and masters 35, and PhD 40 years. And for Islam friendly, yes,
yeah,
they have restaurants that are dedicated to, how do you call it, halal?
Halal.
Yeah, they have halal restaurants.
Over here, they have a group of a subsection of Chinese people, which are
Muslims.
The Xinjiang people in China. They are predominantly Muslims, so they prepare a lot of halal foods. We have Lanzhou restaurants here which do not cook with pork. There are mosques where people go to worship. We have people who are in China who are Muslims. So and then we also have a wide variety of Muslim students on campus. So during Ramadan, they all converge, they go to the mosque and they pray. There are no religious activities conducted on the school campus because according per China's laws, you have the freedom to practice your religion, but they're not on a wide scale like how we have in Ghana. Like, we have these Jimsa, we have Pachimana and all of that. In China, they don't have any religious societies. You can worship. There are churches. There are different churches that you can go to. It's more of like your religion is a personal thing. So if you want to pray, if you want to, gatherings on campus are prohibited. If you are found conducting any religious activities like evangelism and all of that for any religion, you will be sanctioned. But then other than that, you can go to church on Sunday, you can do whatever you want. It's a very personal thing to you. Can all class of students apply for the scholarship? Okay, so this is to ask whether anybody with as in first class, second class, let's be very realistic. I think the lowest that the school would accept is a second class lower. And that would depend greatly on your experience. If your grades cannot really speak for you, your experience should be able to speak for you. How many industries have you worked under? What work experience do you have? How many internships have you done? What if your academics were not going so well? Because let's be honest, sometimes in the class, we can go and write and then the exam will show us. So I think the lowest class acceptable is a second class upper. But even with that, you need a lot of experience that would overcome the reason why your grades are not showing why you should be picked. But For second class upper and first class, I think it's a bit more lax. Even though yeah, if you have industry experience, it's still good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I'll
that's
also
great.
see concerning that is China is very heavy on performance.
Mm,
So if you know maybe your grades are not the best thing you can do is try to reach out to your professor, whether master's or PhD, very early, and let the professor accept you. Yeah, and have a very good steady plan.
yeah.
Have a very good steady plan. You know, some people would have the grades, but then you will not have a very good steady plan. But if you don't really have the grades, but then they see that you have potential, they see that okay, this person looks like he knows what he's about and he knows exactly what he wants, they can give you a chance. They can give you a chance. That being said, we are admission ambassadors, but we are not the people who are going to select you. So we cannot say exactly which criteria they are going to use to select. Although we have listed what we believe is going to be used, but we cannot say that okay, yes, they'll sit in the room and they'll look at A, B, C, and they use A and C to select. I cannot say that for sure. All I can say is that provide what you have and just be serious about the application.
Yeah, and sometimes too, grades are very important, as we all know, but application and applying for these things is very strategic. It is always a strategy. It depends on how you present yourself, both in your documents and both in your interview. Sometimes your grades could be the best of the best. If you get crash at the interview, you have lost your opportunity. So it's so it's all about strategy. Your grades are, let's say your grades are good enough to get you to the interview level.
Yeah.
But then after the interview level, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on you. So your grades don't do everything for you. They do, let's say, 60% of the work, but they do not do 100% of the work.
Yeah.
I've seen some questions.
Yeah. I'll have some questions on WhatsApp too. So someone is asking that the person says he's offering logistics and supply chain management. Can he get a fully funded master's scholarship? What I can say is that I have looked into the business school and I have seen supply chain and logistics before. Although it wasn't necessarily listed as part of courses provided, but then I have seen this program in the business school before. So yes, you can apply for it. And if your grades are good, and as you just said right now, you take your application serious, you can get a fully funded scholarship.
That course is also available in some engineering departments.
Yeah.
So you could have a business background, but then if you apply to an engineering department under a specific type of research, then you could also be accepted. It also depends on you. If you want to work in an engineering background and you feel like you're up to the tasks, your knowledge in logistics and supply chain management could be very useful in whatever work you're coming to do.
Okay. Another question here is, any master's courses related to built environments, as in real estate and stuff? Real estate?
No. No. Directly, no. If you're talking about like a social aspect, maybe resettlement science and management, but I really don't think that's very related to it. So I would say no. The school doesn't offer like anything like real estate, land economy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
land
true.
economy or architecture. It does not.
Yeah. But then you can still get. I still believe that. See, all this stuff, they may not state it clearly that they offer it, but then there are professors who would have some background in it or something that they are researching in that field. The reason why I say this is because maybe you take a course like business, you go and you are trying to find, like you just said, the only thing that is in the business school is business management, mathematics and management, science and engineering. But you go into details and they have more. They have supply chain logistics, they have international trade and those kind of stuff that some lectures offer. So the best thing I believe you should do is that, for instance, the built environment, you can look into the civil engineering sector, look into the civil engineering sector and see if there are any lecturers that offer something related to what you are looking for. Yeah, that's what I can suggest.
They accept transfer students. Transfer students? No.
They currently do not accept transfer students.
With the exception of the 2+2 program, they don't accept any transfer students.
I think Sean Yeboah has
and Abdul Aziz.
Yeah, they have raised their hands. Okay, Sean, please can you unmute yourself and turn on the camera and ask a question? Hello, Abdul. Abdul, can you ask a question?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Abdul.
Yes. Please, my question is, does the institution accept undergrad students into a PhD program straight away?
No, no, no. For China, it's not program unless you have a very specific project that you want with the professor, which is also very popular. It's straight like for China, it's straight master's, then PhD. If you're applying for master's, you're applying for master's. The PhD, you apply for PhD. But then as an undergraduate student, you cannot apply for a PhD. You need master's certificates in order to do that. Do you understand? Has it been clarified enough for you?
I understand. I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That will
Yeah.
questions in the box.
If you want to ask a question, you can also raise your hand and we would answer you. Okay, someone is asking, she said, oh, Abdo said he didn't hear the response to the question about the chemical engineering. Okay, what I said about the chemical engineering was that although there's not a clear definition like, okay,
No.
the school offers chemical engineering, what I suggest is that you look into other fields that are similar. For instance, there may be a professor in the materials engineering college who is working on something which is related to chemical engineering, and he would like a student who has chemical engineering background on board with him, but then he's not a chemical engineer. So someone like that, he might pick you, he might decide to work with you. So you can go into programs that are similar to your field and check over there whether they offer what you would like.
An example I would like to give is my roommate studied geography and GIS
Yeah.
systems,
Yeah.
Surveying in UCC, but then she's currently studying
Transportation.
transportation engineering because the type of research that she wants to do aligns with
Yeah.
a professor that mainly is known for transportation engineering. So she's able to work under that said professor. But then when she applied with her credentials as a geography and large scale surveying student, and she was still accepted by the school.
Yeah.
I feel like if the school cannot accept you as a person, they would not. Your application would not be accepted in the first place.
Okay, so I've seen that Louise's hand is up. Give me 1 minute. Let me answer this question. Please, are there scholarships for health-related courses? So unfortunately, Hohai does not have health-related courses. The school is primarily an engineering school, so there's no
engineering, business, social
Yeah.
sciences, but then nothing
No.
to do with health.
no health courses. Yeah. Louise, please can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Hello. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on with the questions. Okay.
Somebody said something about cybersecurity.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Could you elaborate more on the study plan and how you can get in touch with the professors? Okay, for the study plan, how to write it, how to go about it, we would have to have a separate session to go into details with that because it's also another thing on its own. But for now, we would send you the templates for the study plan, and would send the links for the various faculty professors so that you can go
Approach them, check
Yeah.
their research areas. If it aligns with you, then you send them emails
Yeah.
to see if they would be interested in working with you.
Yeah. And then please, I didn't know that I've answered that one. Is there a course related to cybersecurity?
Yes, I think it would be under the College of Artificial Intelligence and
Or even
Automation.
computer science?
Yeah, computer science,
Yeah.
computer engineering, computer science, all are under that college. So yeah.
Can I ask what's
Okay.
next? After studying in Hohai, I don't know it depends solely on us, but considering China's laws on work for international students, does the university assist? So yeah, studying in China, yeah, there are laws that are against working in China. But the one thing the university does to help is that they offer how do you call that?
Job fairs.
They offer job fairs. So there are international companies. I don't know, those of you who live in Tema, there is this company called CCC. They were in charge of the expansion of the Tema Harbor. Yeah, so companies like that, their parent company will come to the school and come and give their presentation and interview students.
Like job recruitment, and if you qualify,
they will select you. They'll send you an email and they'll select you to work for them. Normally, these people, I don't know, they'll take you to different countries. They'll give you a fully funded house, a very good salary. I think the starting salary is like what, 3,000,
I don't know,
5,000.
but like it's more like they
Yeah,
are looking for international
yeah.
students
And
because
if,
they want to maybe open a new branch in a different
yeah,
company, or they want people who have studied in China who can speak
yeah,
English language to work in their home country.
yeah.
So that's why they have these job fairs or recruitment fairs. They had one earlier this year, or I think two earlier this year, and then they had another one last year. So
Yeah. And for this kind of job program, this kind of, if you want to work in China, that being said, I'm not saying people do not work in China. I've met a couple of people who actually working full time in China. But one thing that you need to know is that you have to be very, very good, like exceptional. And you also have to learn know their language,
yeah, the
learn
Chinese
to speak their
language.
It's
language.
not that hard.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
not that hard. It's not that hard.
Everyone heard from the boss himself.
Yeah, yeah, this
Yeah.
guy is he's on a different level. It's not that hard. So everyone and then
Yeah.
difficulty level. Knowing Chinese is very important when
It
you're coming to
opens doors for
study.
it opens doors for you.
Yeah, it opens a lot of doors for you, even if it's not related to your work area, jobs as a translator, side gigs, so that you could get. But then working officially as a student is prohibited because once you come into China, their visa laws are you are coming under a study visa. So what you came here to do is mainly to study. If you want to work, you get a working visa. That's how rigid, or that would probably be a downside to coming to China. But then that shouldn't discourage you because there are different opportunities that could propel you to wherever you want to get in life. Yeah, that's all I
Okay.
can say.
I've seen some questions on WhatsApp.
You know, about the student
Let me
loan
address
scholarship.
this. Someone is asking, oh, Aziz, okay, you can ask a question.
Yeah. So talking of working, I followed some of the US UK institutions that if you're a student maybe on vacations, you can take sometimes even the university look for some work for you that you can work for some hours. That kind of also allow that, or it's just strictly studies.
So China, and once you're on a student's visa, you cannot work, not even during the vacations. Once you're on a student visa, you cannot work. What you can do is you can apply for a partial work visa, but that one has its own processes. You would have to get a company which will be willing to pick you for them to give you a letter to send to the school for you to use that letter to get your partial work visa. That's the only way you can work. But then on a student visa, you are not allowed to work, whether on holidays or during school hours.
Another hindrance would be the speaking of the Chinese language, especially if you do not get an internship with an international company. Working in a Chinese company would be taxing because even if you are an international student and you cannot fully articulate yourself in the Chinese language, you'd find difficulties, understanding, gaining experience, and appreciating the reason why you are working. I think this is also one of the reasons why if you really want to work, then that's why you have to get a work visa instead of working on a student's visa.
So the thing about the work is not necessarily a bad thing. The thing is, Chinese believe that if you've come to study in China, you should focus on your books. That's why they are giving you the scholarships.
Yeah, that's why the scholarship.
Because if you have realized, most of the scholarship I've mentioned always cover tuition. Yeah, in the US they give you the chance to work, but then majority of the scholarship given in the US and other countries are partial. They never give you full scholarships. But in China, they're always giving full scholarships. The only difference maybe you don't get a stipend, you don't get some stipends, or you not get accommodation, but they always cover the tuitions under scholarships. So when you're coming as scholarship, they believe that you are being paid to study, so focus on the academics. So that's basically what the whole studying is about. And we have seen another hands. Nathaniel, please, can you ask your question?
Okay, so I would like to ask whether there is an opportunity for me to do a top up over there, and then is there any scholarship opportunity for me, like for top up civil engineering?
What do you mean by top up?
Okay, so I have what do we call a diploma certificate.
Okay.
That's higher national diploma HND with second class upper division. So I wanted to know whether there's an opportunity for me to do a top up in maybe the school in China, and then whether there's any scholarship that covers me.
So the HND is also recognized. So you can apply straight away to a master's program with that certificate. You don't need to have a top up or anything.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
And
Okay, there's
that
Yeah.
means there's
okay.
that means there's a scholarship opportunity for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah,
there's
the moment
scholarships
you're
available.
applying, you select the scholarship. Yeah, you apply to the scholarship.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
There's a question. The
There's
question on
in the
WhatsApp.
books. The books.
The question on WhatsApp. There's a question over here on WhatsApp. Say if you're an undergraduate student and your worst grade is a C, is there a possibility of you getting the scholarship to study? So, like we said earlier on, the grades do matter. The grades do matter, but so does the study plan, your letter of recommendation, and others. So yes, you can still apply, but then I cannot sit here and say for a certain that yes, you are going to get a scholarship because you don't know the competition you're going to meet during your application. So all I'll say is that when you start the application, just take it serious and do everything with 100% effort. That's what I'll say. Yeah. Well,
I was say like people's grade C, like I believe it's still good.
yeah.
It's
That's
not
not
bad.
bad. That's
Your
actually
worst
not
grade
bad.
is C.
That's
That's
what-
supposed to
I'm just imagining everything was like then
It's
one
not
C.
bad.
No
It's
bad,
not bad.
no bad at all. Yeah. And please, is there a course related to mining engineering? I think that would be under geodesy, geotechnical and stuff.
Geotechnical engineering,
Yeah.
but then directly mining or
I think
petroleum
you can
engineering.
just check the lectures here, but to be under geodesy and geotechnical engineering. Yeah. There are some questions in the chat box. Let's see. Can I ask what's next again? Someone wants to know about the civil engineering scholarship. Okay, so the scholarship is a 2+2 scholarship. So the moment you get to level 200, is how they say it? Year 2, you get a chance to apply. You get a chance to apply for the Hohai University, where you come and continue your 3rd year and your 4th year in Hohai University. But during this study, you're not just studying civil engineering anymore, but you're studying harbor, waterway, and coastal engineering and civil engineering. And at the end of the 2 years in Hohai University, you will be qualified for a civil engineering certificate and
then
coastal engineering certificate. It's not like partial, no, it's the full thing,
degrees,
the full degree,
2 degrees.
civil engineering and harbor, waterway, and coastal engineering. It's not easy. It's not. It sounds nice, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So just have that in mind. But that's essentially what the scholarship is about. That transfer students only for KNUSC. So this program isn't necessarily a transfer student program. The transfer program is like leaving one school to another midway. But this we are continuing in both schools. That's what the 2+2 scholarships about. You are continuing in both schools. Although you are in Hohai University, you are writing exams for KNUST. You are still writing exams for KNUST. You still have a seat in KNUST. Your lecturers still have a hold of you in KNUST.
You can trail in
KNUST. Yes. So you haven't left KNUST. You are still a student of KNUST. That's how come you are going to get the 2 certificates. So, but transfer students generally are not allowed. This is just an agreement between these 2 universities. Do you have any programs related to UAV development, and how do I unmanned aerial videos? I think like drones and stuff.
And I think together the automation.
Yeah, I think this will also be under automation. I cannot. Computer science 90, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what you just said, if your courses you isn't available at the university, but there must be a lecturer who doesn't have to relate to what course you select from. So if you find the lecturer, if you find a lecturer that you want to work there, you want to study under, he would be in a certain field. You use that field to fill your application. But if you're asking for you yourself, what do you enter? Enter the program you study. So you study chemical engineering. When you're applying, enter chemical engineering. But when you're selecting the program you're applying for, you select the material science engineering or whatever program it says. That's the program you select because that's where the lecturer is. Is there any opportunity for civil engineering doing so far? Yeah, you answer that. And yeah,
I'll read the questions out loud so that they can.
Are
Okay.
you limited to the number
Okay,
of
thank you.
scholarships you apply for, or are all applications considered for any of the given scholarships? Oh, okay. So, for example, if you apply for a CSC scholarship, but then you are not, you unfortunately do not qualify for the CSC scholarship, the school does this thing where they consider you for other
Wait,
scholarships.
hold on.
Yeah.
It's not certainly existing. They are revising some of the policies.
Mhm.
They are saying the same things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with this one, if you apply for a CSC scholarship, you're applying for a CSC scholarship. If you're applying for Hohai scholarship, you're applying for a Hohai University scholarship. Yeah, asking if you can apply for both. Maybe you can, but you have to pay twice the application fee because it will be considered as separate applications. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. How often do you run summer internship programs and how is the application? Summer internship programs. So the school has a summer internship program which you can apply for. It's once a year and it's around, I think, September. Yeah, August, September. So if you go into the application portal in the inter-school exchange program section, you would see it over there. You can apply for it and they would select you if you qualify. Is I think that one is the only fund for your stay over here, and it's just 1 month. It's not a long period. It's just 1 month. So the only fund for your stay over here.
But then if you're a student, students here too can also apply for it, right?
Yeah, everybody can apply. What's the application deadline for What's the deadline for application? This what will be your recommendation for someone in the selection of the scholarship, that is the Chinese or the school scholarship? Okay, this is a very good question. So the Chinese government scholarship is already has already begun. It started around the November and it's ending in 30th December. We were selected at a later date, so that's why we've not really touched on this. We can't really help with this. But the school scholarship is going to begin on 15th December and it will end around March. So you can start your application for the school scholarship. The CSC scholarship is going to opens every year, opens every year. So you can apply again next year if you're interested. But for now, I suggest that you start working on the Hohai University scholarship. Yeah. Okay. Are there any more questions? Any questions?
Nah. Can you be also said on the
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Yeah, I was answering the deadline for the application and whether we should apply for the CSE or the Hohai University scholarship. So what I was saying was that the CSE scholarship begins in November and ends in December, 30th December to be precise. And the school scholarship begins 15th December and ends in around March, April, yeah, depending on the year. So what I'm saying is, because the CSC scholarship is about to end, I think maybe you can focus on the Hohai University scholarship because there are lots of materials that you need to get, the passports and the medical reports and stuff. So you can focus on the Hohai University application. But if you think you can get all the required documents before the 30th December, then you can go ahead and apply for the CSC. There's nothing stopping you. Then if you are doing the application, you can text us. We would help you with the application too. That's what I said. I hope that's clear.
What's the duration of the masters?
The duration for master's programs is 3 years, but then the minimum is 2 years and the maximum is 5 years. So you can stay between 2 and 5 years, but then by then you are supposed to graduate within 3 years. That's the average. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat group or you can raise your hand to ask. For the civil engineering scholarship, when will applications be open? Are you asking about the KNUST program? If that's what you're asking about, I think your department will communicate that with you when it's almost time. Yeah.
Will you get the recording for the meeting later?
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll try
try
and send it to you, yeah. Yes, hello David, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, sure. So this is a question with regards to if you are a current electrical engineering student at KNUST, let's say in your third year,
Okay.
what advice would you give someone like that? I think you mentioned there's no transfer program available for that department. And then what's your advice? Do you wait till maybe you're in fourth year, then you apply for a master's opportunity, or there's still something you can apply for even as you wait to get to that time? Thank you.
Okay, David. So currently, if you are a third year student in KNUST, the opportunity for any transfer program is passed. And the program is even mainly for civil engineering students. So even if you were in second year, that opportunity would not be open because you are an electrical engineering student. My advice to you would be to wait until after your graduation, because I know that in KNUST you are awarded your highest degree in November. So to facilitate like smooth application and everything, it would be best to wait until after your graduation. So like in this time period to apply for a master's to the electrical and electronics engineering departments of Hohai University or of any other university you want to apply to.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Someone is asking, yeah, there's a program in geological engineering. There's a geological engineering program you can apply to, both masters and PhD. Please, are there any more questions? You can raise your hand if you have any questions to ask. Please feel free.
Many wins.
Is KNUST the only school with a partnership? So far, yes.
UCC has an agreement with Hohai University. I don't know the details for that, but then I know UCC has some collaboration with Hohai University. So if you're in UCC, you can ask your department about it. Yeah. Okay. I guess there are no more questions. So, and thank you everyone for making it a point to join this Zoom meeting. It was really nice having all of you here. Yeah. So, if you probably have more questions later on, you can send it to us in the groups or send it to us individually, and we'll try our possible best to answer you. I suggest that you start looking into the list of lecturers so that you start looking for potential supervisors. We'll send it to you in the chat group. And if you have any questions regarding that too, let us know. As I said previously, the Hohai University scholarship would begin on 15 December. That's, I think, two
Monday.
days. Yeah, Monday. Will begin on 15 December. Once it begins, you can start the application process. If you have any issues, text any one of us. We'll be here to help you. You can text me privately. You can text Hunter, Kimati, or Nanaya, or any one of us. Will be here to help you. Nanaya will be posting some updates regarding the scholarships. If anything comes up, he will post it in the chat group for you. Oh, and yeah, we'll be having some social media interactions too. We'll create a TikTok channel, Instagram, and probably Facebook to share some of Hohai University's
Highlights.
yeah, highlights. Thank you very much, my camera. Just some of Hohai University's highlights with all of you. So we'll send a link for that one in the group too, so be sure to join that. Oh, someone is asking, they have been sending emails to professors, but no reply. Is there a special app for me to use? No, there's no special app for you to use.
Sometimes the replies take time.
Yeah.
Because they are reviewing
Yeah.
different applicants, or probably maybe your research interest is not aligning with the professors, but then eventually you should get a response.
Yeah. I suggest you send follow-up emails. If you've been doing that and you're still not getting a response, maybe it has been like 2 weeks, a month of
Yeah.
follow-ups and you're still not getting a response, then probably the lecturer is just not interested in taking a student. Some lecturers are not qualified to take
Take
students.
students,
So
yes.
some of those lecturers, if you email them, they might just not respond to you. Yes, but I suggest you follow up if you haven't, and give it like a week or 2 or 3 and follow up again. If there's no reply, there are no replies, sorry, then he just probably doesn't want the students at the moment. My question is, does getting students depend on your academics or interviews? So getting the scholarship depends on both your academics and the interview process. If your academics are good enough, your study plan is something that they like, yes, then you qualify for the interview stage. And then if they like what you say during the interview, you pass the interview, that is, then you qualify for the scholarship. So please, can you apply blindly without a supervisor? Yes, you can apply without a supervisor, only if you're a master student. PhD students, you need a supervisor. But if you're a master student, it's not a requirement. It just helps, but it's not a requirement. Abdul, please, you can ask your question.
My question is first. I'm asking that does the institution offer an MBA program? That's Masters in Business Administration.
Yeah, they
Yes.
offer an MBA program. They do offer an MBA program.
Please, did you get my question?
Yeah, we said that they offer an MBA program. Did you ask another question?
So I'm asking that if yes, they do offer an MBA program, can an engineering background person apply into the MBA program?
Yeah, you can. It's possible.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much once again, everyone. And like I was saying earlier on, we'll send a link to our various social media channels. So we'll be posting highlights of Hohai University and also of China. So please do also follow us on those platforms too. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have another Zoom session, maybe somewhere next year. We'll have another Zoom session for the study plan. The details about the study plan and details about reaching out to professors and stuff like that. We'll have a separate Zoom session for that too. So yes, just hold on for that. Thank you very much once again, and we hope to see you in Hohai next year. Bye. Bye.
嗨，同学们，这是我的校园。大家好，我叫大吉，来自哈萨克斯坦。我已经在河海大学3年，我的学校非常好看，请跟我来看看。这是我们的图书馆，它是不是很漂亮？它像一本打开的书，我常常在里面学习。每天我坐这条路去上课，现在是秋天，风景很漂亮。哎，他们在干嘛？
Welcome to Hohai. Welcome to Hohai.
Guys, it's so good, so beautiful, really nice, so nice. 这是我们的球场，河海大学的足球队很厉害，常常获得冠军。下课以后， 我喜欢在这里一边喝咖啡，一边学习。中午和晚上我在食堂吃饭，这里有各种各样美食。我喜欢中国菜，你呢？现在我们回宿舍，这是我们的宿舍楼，很漂亮。这是我们的最可爱的阿姨，阿姨你好。
你们好。
那我们到这里，拜拜。这就是我的学校，河海大学，欢迎你们来。